What up, people? I don't know why I always point, but anyway, it's Thursday, so it's another installment of my Throwback Thursday. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you haven't seen my other videos, I'll post them up here. But if you haven't seen them, this is where I go through my collection and I bring back, whether it be TV shows or movies, stuff from my childhood, stuff from the late 80s, early 90s, stuff that I used to watch a lot and actually still do because I honestly still like this stuff more than what's out nowadays. Like these TV shows here, I got a few of them. I watch more, I'll pop these in rather than watching TV shows of now. The only one I really follow nowadays, even though I heard there's a lot of good ones which I should get into, which eventually I will, but The Walking Dead is pretty much now the only TV show now that I follow every week pretty much. The reason I like these old school ones is because you really don't need to watch it on a weekly basis. Nowadays, a lot of them you have to watch the previous episode to understand what's going on. These, you can miss 3 weeks or whatever and it didn't matter because most of these didn't go into each other unless it was a to be continued. Every other week was something different. So these couple here, I'm going to show you. I watched a good amount when I was young. So most of these here, they have a good like real life feel to it, except this first one. The rest, they give you real life situations, what you might face, and how to, fix them and everything. This one doesn't really. This one just has to do with puppets. I guess puppets. The little baby in this one supposedly scared a lot of people or creeped them out. Like I said, this one doesn't really have much to do with everyday life because it's puppets and it's dinosaurs. They were all. A lot of people said they were creeped out by this little guy, the baby. But pretty much it's all about a family of dinosaurs living in the past. But they have real life situations like the father works and everything. You got the husband, the wife, 3 kids, a grandmother, and then the father works for this like triceratops. It's a definitely out there kind of TV show. But I remember watching it all the time. I got this one and the rest of the seasons. There's only 4 seasons. But that one I watch a lot. These next one they all have real life situations that most people live through. This first one, they're making a reboot of it, and I think it should be good because I like this one. I heard they're making a reboot and it should be coming pretty soon, sometime this year. But that's Boy Meets World. They're supposedly making Girl Meets World. It's got Ben Savage in it, who is Fred Savage from the Wonder Years' little brother. He plays Corey Matthews. He got a girl named Topanga. And pretty much, he has an everyday thing. He goes to school. His next door neighbor is this principal, Mr. Feeney. And, the stories, there's some that, he's got a good friend named Sean that is pretty much a troublemaker. And, I don't know, every other episode that's pretty much life lessons. Like, there's some where Sean goes rebel and he tries to mess up the school and Corey tries to stop him. And, not that everyone goes through it, but in life sometimes that happens. This one here was one of my favorite TV shows growing up. I remember watching it before I went to school. They always had a few episodes in the morning, and that's Saved by the Bell. You got Zach Morris, AC Slater, Kelly Kapowski, who else? Lisa Turtle, Screech. Pretty much life in school. It's a group of friends that go through high school and trials and tribulations. I remember in the first couple seasons, AC AC Slater wasn't there, and then he comes in and he tries to steal the thunder and everything. There's one girl, Jessie Spano, in here at one point that I know I see a lot of. The one clip of it is where she tries to stay up and study, but she wants to be in a dance group, so she starts taking, I guess, speed or something, and then she gets addicted to the pills, and it's just all these different kind of situations that go on. They have, Screech loves Lisa, but she doesn't love him back, and all these different kind of deals. I love the show. This one here is another family-oriented show. Full House. I got all the seasons in the back if you can't see them. But Full House, it's got 3 daughters. What is it? Michelle, Stephanie, and DJ. Then you got the 3 guys that have it. Danny, and then you got Uncle Jesse, and then you got Uncle Joey. And pretty much it's these 3 guys trying to take care of these 3 girls in the beginning. And then you see different people trying to move away, but then pretty much they all just move back into the house and they become one big giant family, and all the escapades that go on. If you haven't seen this show, I'd say watch it. They always have replays of it, but this is another one I watched a lot. And this one, I actually have more seasons of this coming, and it's Family Matters. Pretty much everybody knows it because of Steve Urkel, this kid right here. He lives next door to a family, the Winslows, and he's in love with the one daughter, Laura. You got Carl Winslow, the father, Harriet, then you got the older brother, Eddie, and then the one daughter in here is there for the first couple episodes, or couple seasons, and then she ends up disappearing, the girl Judy. And then Estelle Winslow is the grandmother. And you go through the whole situations between, partying, and another one where Steve is in love with Laura, and he's every other episode he's trying to win her love. And it's just, one of those kids shows that you go through, and it uplifting, I guess you want to call it, because pretty much at the end of every episode you have a moral, and it's always a good moral. At the end, everybody usually is upbeat, and you learn from it. But those old school TV shows I love, like I said, more than the stuff that's out there now. I got a little secret one that I have. This one is old school. This is from the early 30s, 40s, 50s. These guys were around a lot. Nothing to do with real, actually, life situations. This is just shorts that I love. This is a collection that most people should have. I mean, most people actually might not have seen them or know about them, but I love these guys. I watched this all the time when I was young, black and white, and that's the Three Stooges. I got this nice little box set that comes with all the little shorts and such. But these guys, I remember this. This is one of the shows I watched religiously when I was younger. They always had, I think it was AMC used to have all these shorts on all the time, and anytime that I was annoyed or mad or whatever, I'd just watch a few of those, and I'd come out of whatever funk I was in, and I'd be laughing by the end. It's all this slapstick comedy kind of deal. But that's another TV show that when I was younger, I watched religiously. But those are the few that I watched. There are other ones like Home Improvement was another one that I watched a lot with Tim the Toolman Taylor. Growing Pains was there. Step by Step. Stuff that was on the ABC channel. I mean, there's a lot of TV shows out there that I eventually want to collect, but I just either can't find them or they're not the right price yet. So hopefully you liked that little travel back in time with all these old school TV shows. If you agree with me, let me know in the comment section. If not, if you think the TV shows of now are better, leave them. Tell me I'm wrong. You know, I got a fan page, I got a group page, I got a Twitter page, which I'll throw all the links on in the bottom. And you know how it goes. Like this, comment, leave me a personal message or something. But most of all, subscribe, and I'll see you later.